Apurva Tirupure. I think her fluency of speech was awesome, and she really made us know acquainted with many things of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. जैसे हर व्यक्ति ये सोचता है कि लाइफ में एक सिद्धांत होता है कि जैसे एक देश दूसरे देश पर राज्य नहीं कर सकता, उसी तरह एक वर्ग दूसरे वर्ग पर राज्य नहीं कर सकता. As it is rightly said by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. So I have here my colleague Ms. Mrunali Jambulkar, who is going to speak on the topic of discrimination. I welcome her and I want her to know us more about the topic.
Good evening to all the dignitaries here, the esteemed technologies of all the dental colleges, my dear juniors, seniors, colleagues, Jai Hind. I am Mrunali Jambulkar from BSPM Dental College and I am here to speak about discrimination based on caste has not yet ceased, only the nature and form of discrimination has changed. As of now, it becomes a pretty sensitive topic, discrimination. After the JNU law and the Rohit Vemula case, this solely proves that discrimination has not obviously ceased, but it is still going here in 21st century. When my elders told me about all those atrocities we had gone through in that ugly past, for me it was really hurting and saddening. But at the same time I was pretty reluctant of the fact that it would obviously not happen here now, right now in the 21st century. Nevertheless, now my perspective has changed drastically, and now it leaves me thinking that why us? Why always us right in the 21st century as well? And hence the topic, it hasn't ceased, but the only nature and form has changed. Let's take into account, as of now, it's not that we cannot sit beside an upper caste person, it's not that we cannot enter a temple of an upper caste citizen, it's not that we cannot shake hands with them. These direct methods have completely changed now, but indirect discrimination is now the new vogue. Let's just take an example. If you put a message over Happy 125th Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Jayanti on any of your WhatsApp groups, how many handful of people would reply to it? Especially only scheduled caste and scheduled tribe people would reply to it. Others would read it, of course, blue ticks would be seen, but not actually read it. They would just ignore it like shit. This is unacceptable right in the 21st century. This kind of textual remark disappoints the soul. Whereas the same situation, had it been a happy Easter or happy some kind of Brahmin festival, I don't know how many messages would you have been received in your phones. This is real discrimination based on caste as of the 21st century. For me, this is really sad, and I had not expected to be here to be it in the 21st century. One of my acquaintances had once pointed out that her grandma would practice discrimination without any fear, without any guilt in her heart. Whenever an SC would enter her place, or to be specific, a Buddhist would enter a place or stay at a place, she would actually purify that site with a Gaumutra. I mean, seriously, Gaumutra is giving more importance than a human being right here. This is real, I don't know what kind of atrocities people go through. Actually, she would actually purify the site with Gaumutra after they had left. This, at present especially, is completely unacceptable. Right now, this is really heartbreaking. All these instances hurt me deep inside. But as it is rightly said, and I think many of us here practice, ignorance is bliss. But really, I don't think so. Ignorance should not be the only solution for this. All of us should be strong and adamant enough so that we could reboot them back. Ignorance is not the solution. In fact, ignorance should not be practiced at this level or at this strata of the community. This will require great awareness amongst the population, among coming together and gathering at one place like this association. I am really thankful to Hemant Tirupure sir, Dr. Meena ma'am, Dr. Khandekar ma'am, and all the dignitaries here to give me a chance to speak on this sensitive topic here. Even I was really, I had not expected that I would actually go through all this thing in my college. I don't want to point out anyone here, but just let it be very clear and very transparent right here, because all of us know each other's feelings here. So once when I used to talk to my friends and stuff, they would, achhe mass really good, fine, you excelled and stuff, and then they would shake hands. Obviously there's a gesture of shaking hands here. So after the shake hands, she would actually wipe her hand on the uniform. That was heartbreaking for me. I noticed it and I was like, no, I might be thinking a lot, but then quite a lot of instances had happened to me. And I was heartbroken, and I understood that being in the 21st century, maybe 18, 19, 28, 21st, discrimination has not ended yet. May it be an indirect form, may it be invisible, may it be through gestures, may it be through academically or any form. But discrimination is still present right now. This is heartbreaking, and we should be adamant over the fact that discrimination should be completely eradicated from the society. I don't think discrimination is, obviously it shouldn't be there in society, but then discrimination सहन करने वाला भी is also at fault, right? Discrimination करने वाला तो वैसे भी fault पे है, जो सहन कर रहा है, जो कुछ बोल नहीं रहा, I think I am also at fault because मैंने कुछ बोला नहीं उस बंदे को. I don't want to mention names, of course. So anyways, this type of social gatherings right here could play a huge role in curbing the menace that we could go through. There's a need to promote and mobilize importance of associations like these so that one day small efforts would leave a huge impact. Acha, now let's talk. One of my grandmas told me that during her days, there was this practice of whenever, if we have this, we buy new clothes, we look good, we look handsome, right? All of us like it. So in those days as well, people used to like it. But when a scheduled caste or a Buddhist, especially a Mahal, to be very specific, when wanted to look good and look smart and handsome, they were supposed to dip their clothes into the filth and dirt and then wear it. That was the practice in olden days. And that I thought would obviously have been stopped there and there. But right here, now with all such educated personalities, it's still happening. I have went through it. It's really heartbreaking. And I'm privileged to talk on such topic of discrimination on caste. It's a real privilege for me. Now we have to be very adamant and I have to be very adamant and should be thinking about the fact that how can this untouchability and discrimination should be stopped. So there comes significance of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar's 3 words, Shikha, Sangatitva and Sangharshakara. These are the 3 pillars which we need to build a society's future: education, unity and struggle. We belong to a very responsible social strata of the community. Doctors, more precisely dentists. Dentists are supposed to bring a smile on everyone's faces. So we are supposed to actually, and we should be bringing smiles on everyone's faces by stopping this practice of untouchability and casteism, of course. You would say, yes, we are following Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. We are studying, we are getting educated, we are getting good degrees and stuff. But guys, we really think that all this is enough for the upliftment of the society? Like seriously, if we get degrees, if we become dentists, we would treat patients, we would treat every strata of the society. But still, will that untouchability there will be stopped if we treat patients here? I don't think so. Because if we get a degree and if we say that yeah, we are following Dr. Babasaheb's teachings and stuff, but I don't think that is the only need of the hour. Did Babasaheb Ambedkar only wanted us to merely obtain a few degrees and enjoy our lives on the fortune obtained henceforth? No, obviously not. What is the use of such highly acclaimed degrees? Of course, what is the use? Only if you are treating patients and not thinking about our fellow citizens right there who are still facing untouchability in those states, in those highly underprivileged and highly underprivileged people out there who do not know what untouchability is. Seriously. The need of the hour is to make full use of our capabilities and strengthen the society as a whole. This is the need of a professional. We have a very nice tagline that transforming professionals into activists that we should actually put into our profession, right? Only professionals cannot be the solution for all this. Activist has to be there. Professional along with activist is important than being only professionals. The strength of the society will be established only after we become united and stand tall against all this. This is one of the goals of Phule Ambedkar movement, as mentioned by, I don't know your name, sorry sir. Our constitution has provided us with all of this recognition, rights, and of course reservation, the most acclaimed topic of the hour. Our responsibility becomes truly to stand united and agitated against this. Association like this of ours, All India Dentists for Equality and Education, have to play a major role in such situations. Let it be a horizontal order than it being a vertical one, as rightly said by sir. Summarizing everything up, all I want to say is, just speaking and delivering speeches and doing stuff won't do. Strict and sincere implementation of thoughts is required, and this is not just done by individual, by dignitaries, by interns and by doctors, by every strata of the society should come together and build the community free of untouchability and come forward to join hands for the cause. Thank you. Especially